Recording in progress.
Hello and welcome to the new series of videos on how to support your family with some natural solutions to common issues. So do you struggle with sleep issues, getting to sleep? Do you struggle with snoring issues in the family, congestion, allergies? Maybe you have anxiety and stress. It's common amongst most families, for children as well. Digestion issues, and maybe you're getting ill quite regularly and you want to have something to support yourself and empower yourself to get better quicker. So I'm going to share my screen and show you some of the ways that I've been able to support my family and my children, and it's been really lovely for the last 2 years since lockdown. I bought a little kit with 10 oils in, and I was amazed at what I could do to support my family, and I'll show you some of those things in a minute. So I'll just start sharing some slides for you. Okay. So firstly, you might think essential oils, they're not going to help, they're nice smelling, or they might help with sleep or something like that. Or you maybe have not had a great experience with them, or you may have used them for years. So everyone's different with essential oils. I was a total newbie, really. I had a bit of lavender oil, I used a bit of tea tree, but it wasn't the stuff that I'm using now. It was obviously not pure. I didn't realize that. So we'll go into that in a moment about purity. But what are essential oils? Well, they are volatile compounds that are found that naturally occur in certain plants. Not all the world's plants contain essential oils. A small percentage do, and they're really special because what they can do for us is, so it's the resin or whatever that extracted from sort of the root or the flower, whatever it is, they go through, so there's, think of the plants, what they go through, all the stresses, the seasons. Think of how long a tree can live, and the essential oil in a tree bark, the resin that comes out of it, or in the pine needles, wherever the essential oil is, it contains very special compounds. Many properties are restorative, they're antifungal, antiparasitic, and they heal themselves. So we can tap into basically like the life force of that plant for us. We can take some of that benefit for us to help us and support with various issues. I just wanted to share a little fact as well about it. But before we do that, we're going to look at 10 core oils, because obviously there's so many essential oils that you could use, so many selection, but let's keep it simple, stick to 10, because 10 essential oils can really deal with sort of 80% of common ailments and help to support us and our family with it. So I'm just going to start by quoting something that I've found, so some scientific research on essential oils, just to maybe shift your thinking or your focus on how powerful essential oils really are. So essential oils offer you the opportunity to shift your paradigm on wellness. They help support your body from a wellness approach by allowing the oils to bring the body back into balance. They can release you from the burden of chasing symptoms all the time, and you can support your body with little to no synthetic intervention. Essential oils can do something more profound than to heal you of anything. Instead, they influence your natural body functions to work efficiently by bringing balance on a cellular level. They support healthy cellular apoptosis, and they're powerful when it comes to reducing stress and helping the body to support releasing of toxins. Because the human cell and essential oils are both lipid and completely natural if we're using the pure essential oils, the body allows essential oil to penetrate, and it can influence the human cells with ease and efficiency. I think that's quite amazing. So you're going to discover some of the most powerful antioxidants in these little bottles of concentrated pure chemical compounds called essential oils. And rest assured, what nature has made cannot be reproduced in a lab. They've tried, and they do go far with medicine. Modern medicine is great, but we're going to go back to the roots today. So when we talk about conventional medicine of the past, 60, 70 years, you maybe go to the doctors for an issue, you get prescribed something, and often it solves a problem, gets rid of that issue. but sometimes it can end up with side effects, and sometimes you need more medication to cover the side effects of the previous med, and sometimes you end up inundated with a box of pills and you don't really want to take all that, you just want to support that one issue. So even though we always say medicine has a great role to play, an important role in our everyday lives, for many of the common issues that are not serious, we can support ourselves naturally without bothering the doctors. And they can actually complement our healthcare that we're receiving. More and more doctors and clinical research, doTERRA working with doctors in the US and the oncology departments to bring essential oils in. We know that even in the UK, the sort of the labour wards, they use essential oils all the time anyway. So we just want to bring that more into the sort of common mainstream again, and because they're so powerful. So the natural approach, so the conventional medicine is to sort out a symptom. The sort of natural approach, or the holistic approach, is we want to see the whole person and get to the root cause of the problem. And essential oils can really help get to the root cause in many cases. Plants have what we need, so we're the same genetic makeup. When you think we're created from the same elements from the ground, we have that same blueprint as plants, so they recognize each other, and the body knows that that plant or that essential oil compound is not going to do it any harm. That's why it allows it into the body, unlike synthetic medicine. So that's really reassuring. So just move on to the next slide. So we've done the modern approach and doTERRA's holistic, more natural approach. What about purity? Have you ever bought an essential oil from a shop? Maybe you've paid a lot of money, or maybe you've just grabbed something from like a local health shop, something like that. Well, believe it or not, peppermint, any sort of essential oil that you buy that says 100% pure on it, I'm just using peppermint as an example, can contain 5% pure oil, and the rest is a synthetic or adulterated replica. So using synthetic chemical compounds that smell similar to bulk it up, reduce cost, increase profits. So they're not lying when they say 100% pure, because they might contain 5% pure oil, so they can get away with it. But it's really naughty, because if we want to use essential oils to support our family, we want 100% pure. And that's what I love about doTERRA. They are verified pure, free of fillers, free of harmful contaminants. You can even eat the oil, ingest the oil, and I'm not talking about any other oils, okay? So I'll talk about that in a moment. Some of them we can actually ingest in our body. It goes through stringent third-party testing to ensure authenticity and potency. So you can be confident that if you're using a CPTG, that stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade, which we know doTERRA is, it will do the job far more effectively and quickly than using an oil with 5% pure in it. And just going back to the peppermint there, can you see that amazing fact? 1 drop of peppermint oil contains 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that is quite profound, isn't it? 1 drop is just so powerful, so potent. We don't need a lot of oil. And that's the beautiful thing about doTERRA oils. You only need 1 drop at a time, and it will completely cover every cell in our body. And that is just shifting your paradigm again. Maybe you've used essential oils in the past and had to use a lot of drops because it's not as potent as you wanted. You don't need to do that with doTERRA, just 1 drop, because it's the pure, beautiful grade of oil. And just a little fact there, that the APRC, so that is an independent body that tests for purity of oils. The results were in this report that 3 companies have consistently pure oils, and doTERRA was one of those 3. But that's quite shocking. It means that 95% of the market sell adulterated oils. So we can be confident that doTERRA oils, you can sort of write your name on it. It's genuine, the genuine stuff. And this is some of the sourcing. And what I love about this is the indigenous region where that plant or that tree is naturally grown for thousands of years. They've kept that because we know that it's grown in its best environment, and it's harvested at just the right time. And also the co-impact sourcing means that the growers, the distillers get a good wage, They've actually created communities, built schools and hospitals near to help that community grow and thrive. So that's what I love about it. It's not just about getting the best oils, it's about helping the whole from sort of growing right to bottling, everyone benefits. So that's really lovely. And we can see there some of the areas where the frankincense comes from, the ancient frankincense trail, Somalia, Oman, etc. They've kept that ancient trail where the frankincense grows. So yeah, it's a really lovely company, and this is some of the testing that it goes through to be certified as pure tested grade. I just wanted to note at the bottom of each doTERRA bottle, there's a batch code. If you were to type that batch code in source2u.com, it would tell you where your oil comes from, and basically the seal of approval of the testing and the authorizing sort of authenticity code, really. So that's reassuring as well. So I'm going to look at 3 sort of key facts about essential oils. So they're natural and safe. We know they don't have side effects if used properly, and there's no addictions, unlike certain maybe pharmaceutical medication. They're extracted from plants, and they're 50 to 70% more powerful. We've seen that with the drop of peppermint oil compared to the peppermint tea. As lovely as peppermint tea is, they're really powerful. So that's why we don't need a lot, and it then becomes cost effective. And how effective are they? Well, we mentioned that sort of the relationship we have with plants being from the ground, that the essential oil can actually permeate a cell membrane, making them very effective. A cell membrane protects the cell from any sort of outward damaging source. But because essential oil is the pure grade, it lets it in because it knows it's only going to do good. So when we're supporting ourselves with various health issues, as you can see that picture, I don't need to talk too much about that, but you can see the bacteria and the virus there. The virus is on the outside, the virus is on the inside, bacteria is on the outside. And that's one of the ways that we can have like a natural antibiotic, because we know that when we have maybe a viral issue, antibiotics don't work. And that's because they can't penetrate the cell. So things like oregano can be really supportive when we're going through these issues. So 1 drop of oil contains 40 million trillion molecules, which is amazing. So it's just really good to know that that 1 drop is going to be effective and cost effective as well. As we go through this section, we can see the pence per drop. So we had a situation where somebody was taking a prescription of Buscopan for maybe a course of length of time for their IBS issues. When they worked out the cost difference with using a natural digestive tummy tamer blend called Zengest, which we'll talk about later, it was like £28 compared to £250 for that length of time she needed the other thing. And this was natural, and she saved hundreds of pounds. So it is cost effective, and it can really help support our immunity as well. Okay, so there's 3 ways that we can use certified pure therapeutic grade oils. Aromatically, so we can use a diffuser. You can pick this up from most places. This is a doTERRA one. So you basically just pop your water up to that red dot, and then you put your essential oil in, turn it on, the lights goes on, and the whole family will benefit from the aromatic sort of benefits of whatever you're using. So if you're using a peppermint or eucalyptus oil, that's just going to help open up the airways. If you use a citrus oil like orange or lemon or any of the other citrus, that's going to help to boost the mood, freshen the air. You can use some immunity oils to help, so everybody benefits when it's sort of seasonal time. So lots of different blends you can have, just beautiful blends. If you just want your house to smell gorgeous, then do that as well. That's what I do. So that's aromatically, but just one of the most simplest ways that we can use oils aromatically is just by, if you don't have a diffuser, just becoming a human diffuser, putting a few drops on your hand, just 1 or 2 drops, rubbing your hands together and just cupping your hands over your nose and mouth and inhaling that really deeply for about 30 seconds. It's so effective. It enters our olfactory nerve. It affects our limbic system in our brain. So it has real emotional effects. in calming us down. It also can open our airways if we're congested. So aromatically, whether we're breathing it in from the bottle or from our hands, or using a diffuser, a cold air diffuser, two really great ways that we can get the aromatic benefits of our, and sort of cleaning our lungs and things like that is really, really effective. And then we have topically. So this just means applying to our skin. We told you that when you apply essential oil, it absorbs into the skin and then it'll enter into the bloodstream through the hair follicle. One of many questions is, do I dilute essential oils? Do I need to? And I'd always say yes, if you can. I mean, you don't have to. Some of the oils are really pure and gentle and they don't need diluting, but it is only going to help with absorption, because these oils are volatile. As soon as the cap's open, you can smell it from the other side of the room. So what you want to be doing is using a carrier oil to help it to sit and not evaporate on the skin, so it can absorb better. So you're going to get more drops for your money by using a carrier oil. And obviously it helps to dilute some of the stronger oils that maybe are a bit uncomfortable on the skin. So that's one of the ways that we can use it topically. And let's say you've got I don't know, frozen shoulder, or you've got neck tension, then you would just apply those specific oils to that area. If it's an immune issue, then I would use the spine or the feet as a really quick way of absorbing into the whole body system. And that's some of the ways. So you can sort of target it to whatever area of discomfort. And then internally, so we're only talking about CPTG oils that we can use internally if we wish. And a lot of people get offended when I say this, but I just want to clarify. So the lemon oil, I use this internally every day. So the lemon oil is taken from the rind of the lemon. You know, when you get the zest out and it's the oil, it's cold pressed oil that's just distilled, cold pressed into this bottle. That's all it is. It's lemon oil. So we can use it in cooking, baking, food flavoring. It is a food oil. That's why we could say we can use it internally. And I'll show you some of the benefits of the things like the lemon oil as well. So a lot of the sort of herbal oils, fruit, citrus oils can be used internally. Some oils obviously can't be used internally. Our body cannot really metabolize it. So when we want to use it internally, we can either put it in a glass of water. If we don't like the taste of it, we can put it into a veggie cap, which is just an empty capsule made out of vegetable fiber. We just add our drops on. I'll just show you now. So you just open it up into two, and then you add your drops in, close it, and then take that with a glass of water. So you can actually make your own capsules up, depending on what issue you are supporting. So yeah, either water, a warm drink, not too hot, because we don't want to damage the constituents of it. So, you know, take it off the boil for about 20 minutes if you want a warm drink, or cold water, veggie capsule, or even under the tongue is effective as well. So there's the three ways we can use essential oils. When we're talking about applying it to our feet, if we look at a reflexology chart like this, you can see how effective even just applying it to your feet, it will get to where it needs to go in the body, our root system. And then we're going to look at these 10 core oils here and see how it can support our everyday issues that we come across. So a little fact for you, it takes 22 seconds for these essential oil molecules to reach the brain, 2 minutes to be found in the bloodstream, and 20 minutes to affect every cell in the body. So if you're, say, using essential oils for supporting maybe head tension or anything like that, it's worth trying the natural route first before you reach for your paracetamol, and see how that goes, because they both kind of take 20 minutes, don't they? When we're looking at sort of purchasing essential oils, we want to do it as cost effectively as possible. So just to give you an idea, the large or standard size bottles are 15 ml and they contain 250 drops of oil. The 5 ml, so sort of 3 times less, is 85 drops. Okay, just so when you're comparing sizes. Okay, so let's start with the 10 core oils. And these are the oils that we use every day as a family. I can't get enough of the lemon oil. What's lemon good for? Well, it's a natural antiseptic. It helps with sluggish digestion. When we think of the cleansing, we already know the cleansing benefits of fresh lemon. It's just going to help with our body's ability to detox from sort of various things. So it helps with sort of immune function, digestion. So taking lemon in water regularly, especially in the morning, will just help our body's ability to cleanse better. It also helps promote a positive mood. If you ever smell lemon, you just already feel uplifted. And we use lemon also in a spray bottle for our kitchen surfaces. So you could add like the lemon oil with some white vinegar and distilled water, and then you've got a lovely cleaning spray. So it's so versatile, is lemon. And because it's taken from the rind of the lemon, it's actually alkaline for us, so it doesn't damage our tooth enamel. It's not acidic. Some people even brush their teeth with it to clean sort of the surface stains. So a really lovely one. You can use it in salad dressings, lemon cake, whatever. It's really effective. We use it a lot for sore throats, just gargling lemon and honey. Really effective for that. And then we've got oregano. So this is known as, been named the killer. So anything that's going on, we might have a parasite, we might have picked up something, some food poisoning, whatever it is. If we've got like, maybe we've got sort of something brewing in our throat, oregano is so good for helping our body to get rid of whatever's lurking there. So I recently, sometimes I was before all this, I was prone to tonsillitis, and it was a constant battle of the antibiotics. Since having this little bottle, I've no longer needed to do that, to get into that cycle again. I've just gargled with the oregano and it's done its job. And actually, even though it's not a pleasant tasting oil, it really does the job. So whether you're using it for immunity, we're using it to help with digestive issues, oregano is lovely, and you can use it in cooking as well. But really, really potent oil, so I definitely would dilute that as well. And for children, if you're thinking, obviously, you know, want sort of young children to use it internally, then you could definitely dilute it and apply it to their feet or their spine if you feel like they're coming down with something. Lavender, so we know how beautiful lavender is. It'd be interesting to see if you do get any doTERRA lavender, just compare it with what you're used to using. I did that once, it was amazing. So some people that say I hate the smell of lavender, they're used to that sort of really synthetic, like perfumey, talky smell of lavender. This is totally different. It smells so fresh. It doesn't even smell like that, like the traditional lavender. It's just fresh and it's lovely. So lavender is great. It's known as the calmer, so it's going to calm our skin. It's going to calm our mind and body. It can even help to regulate a heart rate if we're feeling quite anxious. So one of the really lovely ways to use lavender is apply it to our hands and over our heart and breathe it in whenever we're feeling anxious. So lavender is a lovely one to have all throughout the day and night for stress, for sleep. We can add it to Epsom salts for a lovely relaxing bath soak. We can add it to a spray bottle for a pillow spray. But it's really effective. You can add it to your moisturizer, to a skin oil, and just using it for bites and stings for the kids as well. It's really, really soothing for sunburn and things like that. And it's also in our seasonal allergy blend. So if anyone struggles with that, we've got lemon, lavender and peppermint as a trio, which is really effective for those who struggle with seasonal allergies. So that's lavender. There's so much more we can talk about with lavender, but for now I'll leave it there. And we've got peppermint. So we talked how sort of potent peppermint is. So it's cooling. We know peppermint's good for digestion. It really helps to, it's got menthol in it, which helps our body's ability to sort of absorb food better, helps us to reduce bloating or gas or indigestion. And if we've got any tension, so we can use it for our tummy, but we can also use it for pain. If we've got any tension, we can help to soothe that area. It's really cooling and warming at the same time. We couldn't have done in the last 2 days, it was really hot without our peppermint spray. So we just put a few drops of peppermint with water and spritzed it. It's so cooling and lovely. So that's really good if you suffer with sort of hot flushes or anything like that. Peppermint's lovely. For children, you could dilute it and apply it to their tummy if they've got tummy ache. It's good for pain and inflammation. So really supportive for a lot of issues. Even just smelling from the bottle is so energizing for us. So it's a really effective way. And and just a great all-rounder. So definitely that's why it's in the 10 core oils. And then we've got Melaleuca, which is tea tree oil. You probably used tea tree in the past. This is great for sort of any nasty fungus. It's also great at drawing things out. So I use it particularly on the kids behind the ears that help drawing out if they've got earache, getting, you know, sort of that infection moving. Bites and stings, you know, like jellyfish stings, insect bites. It really is effective and very gentle as well. So applying it to spots, mouth ulcers as well, cold sores that are brewing, anything like that, really, really good. And also for gum pain as well, just applying it to the area. It's very, very good for mouth bacteria, so you could use it as a mouthwash as well. And yeah, like I say, athlete's foot, itchy scalp, you could add it to shampoo, really good for the skin. So that is Melaleuca or tea tree oil. And then we've got the air blend. So this is known as a marriage saver for many. Reason being, it helps to open up the airways, which could prevent loud noises at night. Say no more. So you can diffuse that in the air at night time, or you could apply it to the reflex points on the feet, the sinus points on the feet. It can really help us to clear the airways and sort of breathe easier. It also helps with seasonal problems as well, seasonal threats. It can help open the airways. So whether you've got a respiratory issue, air would be a really supportive blend. For the children, when they're congested, I use air on the chest, diluted back, feet, and I get it on the diffuser at night time as well. So that's really good. Nice combo is air and lavender together at night time. So it's relaxing and air opening as well. So that's lovely. This is one that you cannot take internally, but you can use the aromatic benefits and topically on your skin. And then we've got the On Guard. So the On Guard this is the protective blend. This is known for, it's actually won top awards as a great oil to support winter illnesses. I have to be careful what I say about this one, but it's really, really effective. It's got clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and wild orange peel. So all of those properties, all those different oils in this blend have been studied for the ability to support the body's defense systems. It helps with cleansing the air. So if you're worried that somebody's come into your home or the family's coughing, you could definitely diffuse On Guard to help cleanse the air. And you can use it all three ways as well. Some people love it in hot chocolate because it's quite spicy, but definitely taking it in a capsule really helps us to keep strong during those winter periods when there's a lot of coughing going on and things like that. Really effective one. You could roll it on the children's feet as a nice way to, as a preventative, you know, they're going back to school, you're worried about them picking up stuff. On Guard is a really good one to use. And also because it's got cloving, it's brilliant for any gum issues or abscesses. You could use it as a mouthwash or apply it directly, and it will just, it's like an analgesic. You could get clove oil separately as well, but this is really effective because it does contain the clove oil. And then we've got Zengest, which is a really lovely one. It's supported so many people that I know with digestive issues, whether you've got constipation, IBS, gastritis, any chronic issues. It's just going to help to soothe the GI tract from beginning to end. So it will adapt to what the body needs. You could add it to water during or after meals. It's got ginger in it and coriander, as well as peppermint and other oils. And they've all got abilities for the digestive system. They contain maybe helping with gas and things like that, reducing gas. They can help with food absorption better. So whatever issue you've got, whether you even are uncomfortable with certain intolerances, Zengest will just help things go a bit more smoothly or a lot more smoothly. And we've had some lovely, lovely experiences with Zengest. People can't be without the Zengest. So they'll take it sometimes 3 times a day because that's what they need. Or some people just take it as and when. If they're having a meal out and they know they're going to be eating a lot, Zengest will really support those issues. You can rub it on children's tummies. It's great for colic for babies. Obviously, you'd use a very small amount because of the fennel in it. Really supportive for babies. And nausea, so travel sickness, motion sickness, the ginger. If you just breathe that from the bottle or in the hands, it can really help to just ward off that nausea as well. food poisoning or anything like that, sickness and diarrhea, Zen Jess is so supportive, really helps a lot of people. And even sort of like heartburn or acid reflux, applying it diluted to the chest area has been effective for many too. And then we've got the last two, last but not least, because these are very precious. We've got frankincense, which is probably the most expensive oil of the 10. It is, I know for sure. And it's taken from the resin of the Boswellia, Cartier, Farana, and Sacra trees. So each of the frankincense trees have all different benefits, and they're all in this one bottle. So you're getting a beautifully blended frankincense oil. It's pure. There's nothing else added. It's just from the 4-tree resin distilled into the bottle. Frankincense is known as the healer. So whether it's skin issues, supporting cellular function of our body, our immune function, it's really lovely. A lot of us take it internally by just putting a couple of drops under the tongue, just to help support our body's ability to help with everything, every function. It's such a special oil. If you get any of the books and you deep dive into frankincense, you'll see the clinical studies that have been done to help with, it's known as the oil for the brain. So it can really help to oxygenate cells. And I won't say too much because I've got to stay compliant, but have a look at the books. So frankincense is a beautiful one. Yeah, like I say, you can use it on the skin, but because it's so special, any of the other oils that we talked about, if you use frankincense with it, it's just going to enhance the effects of any other oil. And then we've also got deep blue. So this is a soothing blend. This is another one that you can't take internally because it contains wintergreen, peppermint, blue tansy, blue chamomile, really some precious flowers in here. A lot of them have anti-inflammatory, analgesic properties. A lot of athletes use the deep blue, in particular before and after training. The German football team, I know, use deep blue. And it's also on the, what's it called? The cone list for basically been approved by the cone. I'm trying to think of the name, the cone list. So basically the anti-drugging body that's, for athletes and professionals, deep blue is being verified as a good one to use. There's nothing sort of nasty in it or anything that would affect them. So we've got deep blue that can be used for any discomfort, whether it's muscle, bone, joint, or anything sort of ligament issues, or even tummy pain, like period pain, or any sort of tension around the head as well. So it's a really lovely one. So when we look at pain, we've got deep blue, we've got even frankincense, peppermint, and even lavender. We've got quite a few in that 10 kit. This is a little snapshot of what those 10 oils can do. Just look at the top there, the 5 immunity oils. We've talked about them individually, but imagine putting them all together. That's just going to make the flume bomb, as we call it, or the flute bomb. So we're using a letter of each one to remember what oils to use. So when we're coming down with something or we think we're going to be ill, we take a drop of each in a veggie capsule, or we make a roller, which you can get very easily, glass roller, less than £1 each. And you can put 10 drops of each oil in there, fill it with carrier oil, and you've got your immunity flume bomb. So that's lovely. We've got things for sore throat, skin, allergies, tension, breathing issues, you name it. We've got everything covered, and it's really helped us as a family. So I just wanted to share it with you. Okay, that's the flume bomb. So emotions. So all of these oils do have emotional benefits as well. We know that when we breathe in an oil, it's one of the only senses that actually affects our sort of limbic system and our brain, which regulates our heart rate. It really can affect our emotions and really can have a profound effect when we're suffering with various moods. So things like tree oils can be really good if we're grieving, sad. Florals can be really good. So that every sort of aspect of the various oils can have an influence. Like we talked about citrus, when we're feeling discouraged or distressed, can help uplift us. And the grassy oils, if we're feeling bitter, we've got resentment. So we've got one called forgive as well. But it's very, very personal is our smell, isn't it? So some smells can bring us back to years ago of a memory of a holiday. It is very personal. So it's definitely something that whatever oil that you're drawn to, definitely work with that if it really supports you. And sometimes just having a bottle of oil with you, I know I use one called Balance. I just put it into a little bottle. I'll take this with me, and Peace even. And that's really helped me whenever I'm out and about and just smell that. And it's like comfort in a bottle, like a little comfort blanket to take with you. So these are some of the kits that contain the 10 oils. We've got the Family Essentials kit and we've got the Home Essentials kit. So the only difference is the Family kit is 5ml bottles. Home Essentials is mostly 15ml bottles, apart from Deep Blue. And then with the Home, you get a diffuser as well. We do have the kids collection and other sort of oils with the supplements as well, and all the ways that we can support ourselves. And these are some of the prices there. So we've got the Aroma Touch, which covers some of the emotional things. It's got Balance in there. It's got Wild Orange. It's got lavender. It's got On Guard. I think it's got peppermint as well. So that's a really nice one with the coconut oil, carrier oil, and the diffuser as well. So there's so many to go at, and so many choices that it is difficult. But one of the main things I would say is whichever you go for, it doesn't really, I went with this one. It contained my wholesale account for free, which all these do. And once I got my account, then I just bought something every month just to build up my collection, because I just wanted to sort of replenish. I was using lemon a lot and things like that. So you've got your wholesale account. If you went online now, you'd be paying retail price. So if you did get a kit, that's the most cost-effective way. Get the kit, get the wholesale membership with it included, and then you're on your way and you can sort of build up points and things like that. I just wanted to quickly touch on doTERRA's most best-selling product, which is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. We've seen how great the essential oils are, but I didn't realize that the supplements were just second to none. We all know the benefits of like a healthy diet. We need to approach our health holistically. And many people say, oh, I eat well, I don't really need extra supplements. I have loads of fruit and veg a day. Well, modern farming methods mean that we've lost the biodiversity in our soil. So a tomato maybe 100 years ago contained, was packed full of nutrients, and nowadays you probably need 20 to sort of get the same. So supplementation can like help bridge that gap between sort of cover all the bases of us nutritionally, give us all the vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids that we may be lacking in our modern diet. And then we've got in the LLV, we've got three things. We've got Microplex, which is the vitamin and mineral complex. So these are bioavailable whole food vitamins and minerals. We've got vitamins A, D, E, and the B complex, as well as magnesium, calcium, zinc, selenium, and all the other minerals. What's great about this and unique about this supplement is it contains whole food botanical extracts from kale leaf, dandelion leaf, parsley, spinach, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. The set together, when taken daily, is equivalent to roughly about 12 portions of fruit and veg. And when we keep saying bioavailable, what we mean is the body absorbs it into the bloodstream. That's what bioavailable means. I've bought things before from a health food shop, spent a lot of money thinking, oh, that's going to be doing me good, and I've realized it's just expensive whey. It just goes straight out, doesn't get absorbed. Why does it not get absorbed? Because it's synthetic. The body doesn't recognize it. These are food. We're going to take it with our food, with our meals, and it's going to absorb and give us all the sort of nutrition that we need. So we've also got alpha CRS, and this is a really special blend for cellular energy. It's got botanical extracts, but also for inflammation. It's got milk thistle, turmeric, ginkgo biloba, coenzyme Q10. It's also got the frankincense resin boswellia extract, and that's really good if we've got any inflammation in our body, the alpha CRS. So for vitality, energy, things like that, metabolism, the alpha CRS is lovely. And then we've also got the X Omega. So these contain antioxidants, the essential fatty acids that we need for brain function, for our body function. They also contain essential oils as well, such as thyme, ginger, German chamomile, frankincense. So we're already getting essential oils in there. And that's just going to be lovely. They contain these are powerful antioxidants to help with the major functions of the body, just to help everything go smoothly. How you take these is you'd start first maybe with 2 of each a day and build up to the full dose of 4 each a day. And if you're not entirely satisfied with what, you know, after a month's supply, you can actually get a refund, a full refund. doTERRA are so confident that this is going to do you good. We know it's going to do you good, but if you're not satisfied, you can get a full refund. I've had so many lovely testimonials from people that were suffering with chronic things and their energy's back, and they've got the sparkle back, they've got some of their life back. So really, really important to cover all the bases. If you're struggling with chronic things, if you're getting ill more, if you're tired, you have to have a nap during the day, this is the thing that you need. You really do. And even if you can't afford a full dose, doing 2 of each a day is just going to be great. Your body will thank you for it. So then we've got the kids collection. So all the oils that we talked about, the 10 oils, can be used on children. So I use them on children just at a lower dose, drops per carrier oil. So just lower the ratio. But we've also got a kids collection, which are designed perfectly for children, and they just smell so yummy. So kids are just going to be really excited about using it. So we've got Thinker for focus. This is great with children struggling with focus. Maybe their attention is real, and even mine as well. My attention's bad, so I use this a lot. So this contains rosemary, basically for cognitive function. It's got some mint oils in, and all the oils have been studied for their ability to help with focus. So that's a lovely one. That's Thinker. We've got Tamer, which is peppermint spearmint blend for digestion, just rolling it on the tummy, smelling it for motion sickness. One of my favorites is the Brave one. It's orangey, and basically if the kids are scared or first day at school, just roll it on, get them to breathe it in, get them to use the oils. We've got so many kids now that just know which colour of oil they need. Calmer for nighttime, stronger if they're maybe feeling a bit weak or their immunity is a bit low. Rescuer if they've got sort of growing pains. That's like the deep blue of the children's oil. And Steady is like the balanced grounding blend. So if they're going a bit wild or a bit anxious, get Steady on their hands and breathe that in, or get it on their feet. So such a lovely collection is that. It's something that you could buy them separately, or you could get them as a kit, an enrollment kit with your actual wholesale account. So that's up to you. There we go. So finally, if you are wanting to start your oil journey, your wellness journey, some of the things that I thought would be really useful if you don't already have will be some spray bottles, because we're going to be making some recipes up, making lots of different sprays. Some roller bottles. All these are really accessible on Amazon or essentialoilsupplies.com. We've got some little keychains that we can like decant our oils into a first aid kit. So we've got stuff for every situation. Veggie caps, which are a massive 160 veggie caps, £4 from doTERRA shop. You can add that to your order. Fractionated coconut oil. We use this all the time because it's non-greasy, it absorbs better in the skin, but you can use any plain pure carrier oil that you wish. You can get it on Amazon or use doTERRA's if you like. Trying to think where mine is. They had a pump top on it, but that's available as well if you wanted to just use it in that way. One of the things that I just want to stress is the importance of getting a reference book. Obviously, if you get a kit, I'll be, you know, whoever's sort of brought you onto this will be training you, whether it's me or one of my team. We'll be doing a one-to-one, we'll be giving you support. But I would love it if you bought a reference book, Modern Essentials or Oil Magic. This is just going to help you whenever there's an issue. You'll be trained up, but it's just like some certain issues, certain ailments. Oh, what oil shall I use for that? The research that's been done to make these books is amazing, and they're available on eosupplies.co.uk. So definitely worth the investment, and a bit like an oil Bible, sort of medical reference guide as well. And obviously a diffuser if you haven't already got one. So that's it. My link tree is there, which covers, if you just copy that, so that's linktree/Rachel Garrick, that covers all the sort of education. You can browse all the kits, you can order the kits from there. You can even look at some videos on the purity. You can look at the price list, the wholesale price list, anything like that. the link tree is the one to go to. But obviously you can just follow me on Instagram and message me, and I can send you the link directly as well. If you do get a kit or want to start with some oils, just get in touch, because you don't just get a kit and you're left you're left not knowing what to do with it. You'll get a one-to-one with us. You'll get so many resources. If you want to continue at your education, we'll send you on oil camp for free, which is a little 10-day, 10 minutes a day training. So that's going to be really, really effective. You'll learn about each oil, bit of the science, and some recipes and ideas how to use each oil. So you're going to get the most out of this kit. And it's going to be lovely. You'll get support with us on, say if you've got 3 issues, I don't know, sleep, digestion, stress, we're going to come up with a little regime for you when we do a consultation, just so you can get using these oils in an effective way for you. So that is all, and thank you for watching, and just get in touch if you need any advice.